Hello guys, you alright? Just a little video really. Um, I'm really getting into the ADL solar and trying to be off the grid as much as possible. So I'm just do a little video now, just at the ins and outs of solar energy really, and show you my installation that I've got on my house and how it benefits me in saving me money. Now, a lot of people are a bit worried about solar and like, oh, it's cloudy, you don't get any solar. But it's not just about the solar panels, it's about the battery storage system. And it's also about the tariff that you get from the company, the electrical tariff. It all works together in harmony. But first of all, I want to show you my installation. There you go guys, it's hard to see from the angle, my back garden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 panels. All with a bird cage around to stop any pigeons hiding in them. Alright guys, I'm in the loft now. Big red button, because that turns it off or whatever. This is the inverter that converts solar to house energy, kind of. And then these are my batteries. Here we go, and it's all in the loft out the way. And then that's the wires coming out the loft. We had a choice out the loft or through the house, so we just thought, well, we've got an external lecky cupboard, stick it outside. There. And then there's our wall charger. Right guys, I just wanted to show you a bit more of a visualization of it, like, of how solar panels generally just work. So there's a sun, God, on him, he's massive, isn't he? So he shines on the solars. So this is in the loft and what's happening in the house, right? So there's the solar panels getting charged by the sun. They all get directed into the inverter that converts solar energy to house energy that can be used. Now the house energy, depending on when is it required, it'll either get sent to the grid, which you get paid for that energy, or it can go into your battery, which you can use later, or it just goes straight to your house. So as an example, just say I'm using 1 kilowatt of energy now, but my solar panels are bringing in 2 kilowatts of energy. Yeah, 1 kilowatt will be going to the house and 1 kilowatt will be going to the battery. If the battery's full, it'll be going there. Do you know what I mean? So it depends on when it's needed. Now the most important thing about when you're looking at solars is the way your sun lands on your house. Now I'm dead lucky. I've got 178-degree coverage. So my sun starts here. Sorry for the focus. And it ends here. So I have got more or less 100% sun. So my solar panels produce a massive amount of solar. Now, obviously it changes each day depending on how cloudy it is. It is 11 AM. My solar panels have already produced 4 kilowatts of energy. And it's cloudy, it's overcast. So, all depends on obviously how your sun lies where your solar panels go. Now if your sun goes from the front to the back of the house, then the roof solars might not be beneficial, and that's where solar fence comes in, and we'll put solar panels on your fence, because your sun will be this way, so it'll charge your solar. So it depends on the orientation of your sun. Massively depends if you should put solar panels on your roof or down your fencing. Obviously Costelloes EV will help you with all that. Now, that is just the basics of how it works, right? But the solar panels are just a small part of it, and I'll show you now why. Mate, I am an artist, aren't I? So, the solar panels at the moment are now shining on my roof. I'm getting a bit of power in the house. It is any power that we're using currently in the house is getting swallowed up by the solar at the moment, because it is a bit sunny, a bit cloudy, but we're not using much electricity. Tellies are on, that's about it, right? So currently we're off the grid, yeah? Now, obviously, as you know, I've got an electric car. My wife's got a plug-in hybrid car, and this is where the battery comes in. So solar panels, you know how it works now. It's dead simple. Energy comes in, and it gets sent to wherever's needed. Now, what's important with the batteries, I've only got a small battery, by the way, 6 kilowatt. I do want to, and I am going to get that upgraded soon. I want bigger batteries, right? So you got more time to play with it. Now I'm on a night tariff with Octopus Energy. I'll put a referral link below this video. They're brilliant for the tariffs and like the very pro EV. Now, between 11 and 5 a.m, I pay 7p per kilowatt and 31p during the other hours, right? On average, yeah, I have about 40 kilowatts of battery that needs charging. About 180 miles, right? That's all I averagely use each day. Sometimes less, sometimes a bit more. So that's about 40 kilowatts of energy at 7p, right? Over the 6 hours, a 7 kilowatts charger, £2.80 it costs me for 180 miles. Yeah? Which is brilliant, isn't it? Now, what I've also got instructed is my battery by this time, by the way. I've used my battery. Dryers on, watching the tellies, kids on the tech or whatever. So my battery by this point is dead. Yeah? So what I do is, for in the morning, I instruct all my technology to charge my battery in my house using 7p, right? So then, when 5:30 comes and I'm back on a 31p tariff, I've got 6 kilowatts of 7p energy. Now, if this is a 10 kilowatt battery, 15 kilowatt battery, I'd have a lot more to play with. That's why I want a bigger battery. Now, my wife's got a plug-in hybrid. Now, she's on a 9 kilowatt battery, okay? But obviously, I'm hogging a 7p. So at the moment, I charge my car for £2.80, 180 miles. Costs us 42p to charge the battery. When I get up in the morning, yeah, anytime, to say 7 a.m, I'll plug my wife's car in before work. She charges literally like 70-80% of her battery at 7p per mile. And then we all leave to go to work, drop the kids off at school. During the day, the solar panel comes in, yeah, and the solar panel runs the house, sends bits back to the grid if needs be with a bit of money, and then also charges the battery. So when we all get in at 5 p.m. at night, we've got a 6 kilowatt battery. Solar panels go quiet because obviously it's dark, so no solar being produced now, or very, very little. And then to run the rest of the house with that 6 kilowatt battery to get us till bed. And then the circle happens. 12:30, my car gets charged again, super low rate. The battery gets charged, super low rate. And then we continue, and it's a circle. Now, for me figuring this out, it took me ages. I've done loads of research. I've spoke to Dave at Costelloes EV and Sean at Car and Cab Care. Both of them are very pro EV at the moment, so I picked their brains before I've done this video. Now, it's a lot of messing about and playing about, and you've got to learn. It's something that's dead interesting. It's like a tech-based thing, so you've got to learn and know your figures and know when's best and what to do. But going forward, this is by far the best setup I've got. So I've literally running my EV car at £2.80 for 180 miles. Fact. If I do more miles than that, I use the Tesla supercharger. I've got to obviously charge up at 40p. I used to, before I've worked it out and done all this, I used to actually just come home. Let's just say I used to do a morning shift here. I used to come home and put my car on charge. That will get chomped up by my car straight off. Lump. And then I'll be on using the grid energy all day. And my lecky bill was massive. Even though I had solars, the car was just chomping up all the lecky, all the battery, all the solar, and I went off the grid. So this is why I've come up with this, working out in this system. And it's fantastic, guys. It does really work. And a lot of the time, outside of this area, at 7p, when it becomes expensive at 31p, I'm literally near enough off the grid. If I had a 10 or a 15 kilowatt battery and I filled that up at 7p, I reckon I'll be off the grid. Over then, me late night 7p tariff. And that's all because the solar and the inverter and the batteries. Boom! Alright guys, what do you reckon? Sounds good, doesn't it? Love it. Like I said, I need some more batteries first though to be completely great. There's a few things I want to point out though as well, to be honest, because the savings is like, honest to God, is enormous, right? Especially if you've got an EV car. But even when if you haven't, the savings is still unreal. And when you get, like, even if you get the solar panels or your whole setup on finance, after 5 years, the savings will cover the payments, and plus you'll still save above that. Do you know what I mean? So they pay for themselves, in my opinion. And also, obviously depend on your situation and how much your solar's bringing, depending on the house orientation of the sun and stuff like that. But also, I wanted to make a point of is that the solar panels, if you own your own house as well, can add up to about around, they say approximately 10% of your house value will increase as well. So if the solar panel system costs 15 grand, but your house is worth 20 grand, it could possibly go up to 220. Do you know what I mean? So there's so many factors that you just got to think about. Do you know what I mean? Now, obviously, I've explained how I do my system because I've got my EV car. Now, imagine if I didn't have an EV car. I'd literally get up in the morning, solar panels will be running, running the house and charging the battery. When I get in from work, the sun's gone, my battery's full. All night I'm on the battery. I wake up in the morning and it repeats. Do you know what I mean? In the winter, if I'm producing less solar, I can instruct the off-grid tariff at night to do, like, say, 20% of my battery or 50% of my battery to get me through some of the day while the solar's coming in. Simple, more or less off the grid. So going forward, I think that's what we should be doing. I think we should be hopefully trying to produce our own power as much as we can. So then when all the stupid stuff happens with the government and the lecky goes up and everything goes up, it won't affect you as much because you are producing a lot of your own electricity. Now I've just checked, it's at 11:30 a.m. It's cloudy and overcast and I've already produced 5 kilowatts per hour of energy this morning. It hasn't even reached the peak day. Yeah. So I reckon prediction about 6, 7 o'clock tonight, I might be on 25 kilowatts of energy produced at 31p per kilowatt. What's that? Quick maths. 3, 6, 7, 8 quid a day. 30 days. Over 30 days. And that's just what my solar's doing. That's not what my batteries are doing. I'm charging at the super low rate overnight. Do you know what I mean? I love it, me. I'm proper getting into it, researching and stuff like that. Listen, if anything's wrong with this video factually, please let me know. I am no expert. I'm no electrician. I'm no spark or nothing. I literally just, it's an interest to me. And going forward, I want to get more solar. I want to be hopefully, if I can be completely off the grid and like literally everything is my own solar, my own batteries and everything else, I'll be boss in the future. Definitely. Now, obviously, because I've got my EV car, I'll never be fully off the grid. But if I can be fully off the grid outside of that 7p, that'll be fantastic. So any lecky I use will purely be 7p per kilowatt. I'll save an absolute fortune. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little video. Well, it might be long now. I do apologise. But I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. Is there any other questions? And I'll try and help you in the comments. Please let me know. But yeah, nice one, guys. Thanks for watching. Also, I do want to upgrade my batteries, but I'm skint. So make sure you share this video for me and try and get some get some views and stuff for me, yeah? Because I've got no money to upgrade my batteries as of yet. But yeah, nice one for watching, guys. Catch you all later.